Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. We're probably outside. So we're camping this weekend, Christmas Eve, and we've been trying to camp for a couple weeks now, but it's just been so windy and some rain, but it's still windy today, but we decided, well, we're gonna do it. So we're here camping and we're really excited.
Yeah, so we're just out here on an island with the wind. It's kind of blowing sideways, so we had to tie the boat off in we'll say a fancy way. But it works. The boat hasn't moved so far, so I think we'll be good overnight too.
And the water is down since it's winter, so we might be able to walk the perimeter if we have time.
Yeah,
so yeah, and since it's Christmas Eve, we're also gonna make some hot cocoa because, you know,
why not?
It is the season.
Exactly. Something not bad at all. When we tied up the boat, so we just made a taut line hitch off the bow, so in case, you know, the water comes up or down, we can use this to tighten it. And then wind is coming this way. So as you can see, we have the anchor line going over here off of the stern over, and then we just put a whole bunch of big rocks on the anchor so that it'll hold it still. Now obviously if the wind starts coming from the other direction, we'll need to change it up, but I think that'll work okay as long as the wind stays. Past couple times we've been cooking over the fire, we just kind of flopped the pot or pan on it, but I made this. Just a grate coming from a chain. We're gonna hang that from a tripod. I'll just lash a couple of sticks together, and I think that'll work pretty well. I know this doesn't really scream bushcraft, but you know what? It's gonna work. Another advancement I made. So I had batteries, and I had an inverter, but previously I didn't really have a good way of charging the GoPro and all the cameras, phones, stuff like that. So I just soldered up a couple connectors from this battery, so I can use that to run the inverter. And the inverter just has standard USB outputs so that I can charge all my devices from the inverter. The only real downside is that, you know, this doesn't have like a low voltage shut off, right? It can tell me if the battery voltage is low, but it won't really shut it off. So the battery management system is me looking at it and shutting it off if the battery voltage gets too low. But overall, I'm pretty happy with it. I think it'll work well. Doing the math, we should be able to charge the GoPro, I think, 5 times per battery. So I think that'll be helpful. Need to find some sticks that I can make a tripod out of. They have to be pretty long because I used a lot of chain on that hanger. I think that'll be good. That's perfect. I've never made a tripod, you know, out in the woods before. Although I may have practiced at home with a couple brooms. Curvy, it's too big, too small, too short. Okay, that should be fine. Got a piece of wood attached to it, but I'm gonna hack that off. How about this? Yeah, that should work. Worked just fine. Okay, clean this one up a little bit. Okay, it's a little better. Yeah, these sticks aren't perfectly straight, but I think it'll do just fine.
Well, no sticks are going to be as straight as the brooms we used.
See, I told you. Okay, so I guess I'll do a little clove hitch here. Okay. Go around. around six times. I watched a couple videos on this and people did it all kinds of ways, so 6 it is. Make sure it's nice and tight. Go down through here. The ones I watched, people were saying go through here 3 times, so that's what I shall do. Now I'm going to do another clove hitch over here, I guess. Yeah, it's pretty darn good. Look at that. That's stiff. That's nice. Then I'm going to leave this extra and I'll use that to hang the pot from. So, excellent. Every time we come to one of these sites, there's just a lot of broken glass in the fire pit. So I'll use the shovel to shovel some of it out. I don't know why, but I will at least help out a little bit and clean some glass out of it. There. Spread that one a little more. Yeah, I think that's perfect. Look at that. That is excellent. And yeah, that should be probably a good height right there. If you're wondering why this water's down, so every year in the winter they lower the lakes. This lake in particular goes down like 5 to 7 feet. Summer pool is considered 490 feet, I believe it's above sea level, and then winter pool is 483. Oh, look at this. Yes, this is so much firewood. Oh, this is cedar too. Fantastic. I love burning cedar. It smells good and it burns nicely. So anyway, every year they drain the lakes a couple of feet. You can see, maybe you can't, but across the lake here there's a rock wall and you can see the water line where the water would be in the summer. So this is why we can walk around the entire lake. All this is normally covered in water, but it's not right now, and it won't be until it either floods or it comes up back for the summer. And the reason they drain it is these lakes were all built as flood control lakes to prevent flooding. They drain the lake that way in the winter and spring when we got a lot of rain. Instead of flooding, it'll just bring the water level up here, and then they can actually control their release downstream. I'm looking for some cedar bark too. I wonder if this is too far gone to use. I brought fire starters, but I want to try just using tinder that I can find. So maybe I need to find a better cedar tree somewhere that I can use the bark of. I haven't seen very many birch around, so I don't know if that'll be an option, but I'll look for that too.
Oh yeah, this is the point. Look at all those monkey balls. Can't say you. Oh, you can see the other side. Here, let's walk through. Because this is the point, and then this is where boats really can't go through. Oh yeah, I don't think this is a legit campsite, no, but wow.
That's pretty cool.
It almost just looks like a fence. I don't even, maybe they did have a roof on it at some point, or like, yeah. Wow. Oh. Yeah, I want to step on that. There's no window on this side.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
We walked miles. You see our tiny little boat over there. All right, let's walk up to the point.
The point up here kind of follows along the channel and it gets down to like 35, 40 feet pretty quickly. So I think if I'm going to fish on the island, I think it'll be right up here.
Yeah, because we'll be able to cast into the channel. The wind is so much stronger on this side. Don't fall in, don't fall in. And it's leaving me behind. Evan just likes to leave me places and leave me to the bears. This is pretty. There's a boat coming by. So if you can see our tiny little boat back there, that's where our campsite is. So we just kind of hiked up the shoreline since the water's down. And to the point of this island. So I guess the buoy is right there, so that's a channel marker, yeah. If that's correct.
We were laughing because this lake is not known for its accurate channel marker placement. The river channel comes around the island in the distance, along the rock wall just to our right, then comes across until it hits the rock wall in the far distance off to our left. The channel is very close to shore on this point, and since it's winter and the fish are deeper, it should be a great place to fish from the bank.
Walking back towards our boat. Oh, it's like a...
That's a big fish.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Wow.
That's a catfish. Look how wide its head is.
Yeah.
It's so weird. That's unbelievable.
Oh, wow. That's huge. Yeah, look at the tail.
Look how big it is for my foot. I could eat my foot.
Yeah, wow. Wouldn't want to be noodling that.
So I got some real small sticks, some dry grass, leaves, and I also have some scrapings of the inside of a piece of cedar bark. So this is the first time I've ever tried this, so we'll see how it goes. I do have a fire starter in case it doesn't go well, but I want to get better at doing this kind of thing so that we can do it in a pinch if we had to. Okay, well, that's not so great, but let's try a little bit more of this grass. Make it real fine. Pick it apart a little bit. Let's try it now. There we go.
Hey.
Flopped right on there.
That's a good way to smother it.
I know. Stuff's still burnt. Blow on it a bit. Okay, we got some more real fine material here. Let's try again and not smother it this time. There we go.
Yeah.
This one has begun to spalt. See, it's got like the black lines going through it. That's pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
I'm just pretty excited that I got that started without any fire starters or anything. But we just got the cast iron skillet here on the fire, and we're gonna start making some beef stew. All we brought spice-wise was paprika and some bay leaves. Now we just gotta cut up some potatoes and toss them in, and we'll be good to go. This charger has been really great too. Charged the phones a couple times, charged the GoPro a couple times now, and we're down to 11.3. So I'm gonna swap this battery out, put the new one on, and we should be good for the night. Stew's finally done. We haven't eaten since like, I don't know, 10 o'clock this morning, so we are very hungry.
Do you want to put the fire glove on and hold it? It's right here on my foot.
This tripod works fantastically. I'm very happy with it.
Yeah.
The swaying kind of gets in the way, but man, that's good. Gotta make this again.
That potato was a little crunchy,
That's all right.
but it's still good.
Evan is nicely sharpening a stick for me to roast my marshmallow with.
Well, she went and got a stick, and then she says, I want to use this, and it was like giant, and I said, you might need to make a point out of that. She says, well, do you want to make a point out of it for me? I said, yep. Exactly. That's exactly why I said that.
I knew you would want to. Any excuse to use your knife.
With the knife. Yeah, exactly. Or cut something, slice something, hack at something.
Make a fire out of something.
Exactly. But we're gonna make some hot chocolate here in a second.
Yes, after I roast my marshmallow. We just need to get a little warm, revive the fire a
we
bit.
need to thaw a little bit.
It's not even that cold.
No, it's not.
We're acting
not
like
warm.
it's freezing, but it's probably like 40s.
Yeah.
So it's really not that cold.
Come on. Roasting away.
You did a good job sharpening it. Oh,
Yeah, thank
look
you,
at
honey.
that.
That's nice.
Mm.
It's like falling off there.
I know, it is kind of jiggly.
It's about time for that hot chocolate too. Put a little milk in there. And then we made some mix at home. We're just gonna kind of make a paste with the mix, and then after it gets hot enough, pour the rest of the milk in.
Yeah, it's just cocoa powder, sugar, and like a little bit of salt, and we're just gonna dump a little in here. I can reach.
Cool.
I'm gonna use half of it because we're gonna make half of the recipe. Okay. Now we just need to stir it a little bit. Oh. Made the perfect amount.
Yeah, all right, that's good.
Alright, we just made some hot cocoa and over the fire we got some marshmallows and we have our favorite
Christmas trees.
Christmas tree cakes. We love these. We can never find them though.
Oh yeah.
It's really good.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we hope everyone has a fun and safe holiday and we wish everyone a very Merry Christmas.
Well, it's about that time. I think it's only 8 o'clock, 8:30. It's probably 8:30.
It's actually 8:45-ish now.
Okay, well, either way, it's pretty early. I think we're gonna get up at like 6 or so, watch the sunrise, make some coffee, then go do some hiking around the lake and do some fishing. So that should be fun.
Good night.
Well, it's about 5 o'clock. I got up like an hour ago to start making a fire here for some coffee because I just couldn't really sleep. But I got some sleep, but not a whole lot. Then I'm sitting here making some hot water for coffee and this annoying thing starts squawking at me. It's like, I don't know, maybe a quarter mile behind me on the point. You probably can't see it in the video, but I'll play it back for you. Tell me what you think it is. That went on for like a half an hour. It doesn't sound very nice, but they're predicting the winds are going to come in kind of early this morning, so I'm thinking we'll have to head out at like 7 or 8 instead of 10 or 11 like we thought. Trying to dock the boat with 40-mile-an-hour gusts isn't going to be too fun, but we'll see. I got to get the coffee off the boat and I noticed something interesting. So last night the water was here, now it's there. So I did actually go down some. I'll have to push the boat off extra hard when we go to shove it off. It's just nothing better than coffee in the morning. Well, look who it is. Well, I'm a bit disappointed that I can't go fishing this morning because I wanted to use my new spinnerbait that I found in a tree. If you walk the shoreline at the beginning of the winter, you'll usually find crankbaits, spinnerbaits. Soft plastics all under rocks and in brush piles and in trees. You could save some money that way. So it's about 6 o'clock. We're just gonna go for a quick walk here. The sun's supposed to rise at about 6:50. It didn't get very dark last night. This was about as dark as it got, but this is what it looked like outside of our tent pretty much all night long. So that was kind of cool. You could still see the water and see everything. But we're just taking a quick walk to the end of this point until the sun rises. After that, we're gonna pack up and head out. I tried to get a sunrise time lapse, but the sun didn't really rise. It's too cloudy, so oh well. We're just packing up. It's not too windy right now, it's surprising, although we had to kind of wrangle our tent to get it away. So we're just taking apart, taking down all our stuff, and I'm gonna head out here soon. I'm going to, as much as I hate to do it, I'm gonna take down my tripod and leave the sticks the way they were. I'm really happy the way it worked out though. I mean, it worked fantastically. We're gonna be doing this again the next time we camp. we made it back to the ramp in one piece with everything else, so it's good. It's not too windy yet either, but I guess there was a wind advisory today too. We only saw maybe 3 or 4 boats out on the water yet so far. Usually it's packed, but it's also Christmas Eve, so who knows. But anyway, thanks for watching. Have a good holiday season.